They've been protesting this ICE facility for, what, like 6 months now? Like, it's been a long time. They've accomplished nothing, but they keep on coming back, but now they're showing up in these, like, inflatable costumes. I guess I can't play that music, but yeah. They think it's funny to be in these little costumes because they're going to somehow save democracy in a dancing shark costume and an axolotl costume. Like, this just shows that they're not serious people. They're not out there actually trying to save immigrants from being deported, because if they did, they've been denouncing that guy that thought he was sending rounds into ICE agents, but it only managed to end the lives of 2, I think, immigrants that were being deported and horrendously injure a third one. Yeah, the furries or the inflatables, I don't know what they are, but it's just, they're ridiculous, right? And then it's not just over in Portland. Oh, I thought, yeah, no, it's not just during the night, during the day. Playing music, you got Garfield, you got the wacky inflatable arm tube guy. I'm almost afraid to play the videos over here because if you guys are watching the channel, you knew that I played a video real quick. I uploaded a video real quick and deleted it real fast because the woman wasn't naked, but she just had like skin-colored tape on her. So she wasn't exposing herself, but I was like, I don't trust the algorithm to not think that this lady's actually clothed or not, so I deleted it real fast. So I'm almost afraid of showing what's going on over in Portland. But it's not happening over in Portland only, it's also over in Chicago too, and it's like, yeah, they want to say they're on the right side of history. They want to say they're anti-fascist. But here they are, just tumbling on the ground because this is going to save the immigrants. Because I can't play the audio. But look, they're celebrating, they're dancing, they're having a good time. This is weaponized unemployment, guys. Weaponized unemployment. This is over in Chicago. So the inflatables aren't only in Portland, they're in Chicago too. And they're a bunch of clowns. That's all this is. Yeah, here it is. So Alpha Omega says, it's a psyop. They're trying to change their image with the normies by looking like goofy, fun people. And that's exactly what it is, because you have Tom Morello from Rage on behalf of the machine now. I guess that's what it is. But he says, fascinating that all those don't tread on me posers and the ARs are nowhere to be seen in government tyranny is instead being opposed by a guy in an inflatable frog suit. And they're talking about the anti-fascist frog that got maced inside his little air vent. But he's over here thinking that the don't tread on me guys are on behalf of illegal immigration getting unlimited government resources, oftentimes more money on their EBT food stamp card than Americans getting it's not precedence, getting priority over Americans for housing. Yeah, those are the don't tread on me guys. Like, oh, we need to make sure they don't tread on us by making certain that the people that got here legally get priority to government services, because that's what libertarianism, that's what the don't tread on me is about. Like, this guy knows nothing about nothing other than bending over backwards for the Democrat Party now. But as Reddit Lies points out, it's just a guy in the frog costume saying the man in question is someone needs to, and they used a word for explosives, this admin, the government needs to be, and they talked about sending rounds into them and all of their heads. So you have this guy that's dancing around in this fun frog suit. Oh, he's just in a frog suit, guys. Why is the administration so scared of him? It's like, no, he's literally calling for terror activities. Just because you put a fun frog suit on doesn't make him less of a terrorist. And yet you have idiots that used to be raging against the machine, but now just simping for Joe Biden, saying, just a frog costume, guys. Don't mind them. But finally, over in Portland, they're finally putting the foot down. This lady has a little bunny mask on. You know they're not serious people. Having a flag of a country they demand they not be sent to. The one thing I don't like about this is whenever you have a lady wagging her little liberal finger in your face saying F you, and you're backing off of it, you're teaching them this is okay. And it never starts with them throwing a brick at them, but it starts with this. And when you don't nip this in the bud and you don't stop her from yelling and saying all these mean words to him, it evolves to the next thing. F you while she's wearing this. Ooh, shame, shame, they're doing their job, they're enforcing the borders. And then you have this over here where they're actually arresting them. How much of this can I play? I don't know. Revoke the ICE permits, you have all the fun costumes in the background. And then you got this guy over here. Look at him in his squid suit. They're like impeding on law enforcement. They're just trying to get their undercover cars out. Arresting some idiot. They still have yet to stop any immigration enforcement. Should we bring out riot control? We should, but they keep on using the kid gloves on them. They keep on having little paintball guns and everything. Like, you see this over here, David Medina, PDX, showing they're on the roof. They have their paintball guns out. They make fun of them for using them. Like, oh, why aren't you using live ammo? And it's like, because nobody wants that. I'm the biggest law and order guy. They should be able to peacefully protest, but once they get out of line, they're impeding on law enforcement, they should be arrested. I don't want them to be ended. I want them to be in jail. I want them to see a federal judge and get punished accordingly to set a precedence for other people that may want to break the law like this. That's what I want. But then this just kind of shows them like, oh, we had the kid gloves on. But yeah, in the night. Bunch of them up there. One thing that says blocked by woke judges because they were previously being they weren't being arrested by local Portland law enforcement, and then even when they did get arrested, liberal judges were letting them off with a slap on the wrist. These are going to be federal charges, so I believe they're going to get the full brunt of the law. Captain America, some alien skeleton unicorn, dancing squirrels. I think that's the anti-fascist frog again. Completely unserious. The Captain America guy that got arrested earlier, I think. Was that Chicago? No, I think the arrest was in Chicago, and you have a different Captain America guy out there doing this. Oh, there's the anti-fascist frog, I think. He's got the thing off. Still wearing a mask, double masking it because you can never be too safe apparently. But yeah, finally they're arresting him over there. But also in Chicago, they're doing it too. This is Fox News, so I think I can play this video.
I saw a guy in a Smokey Bear back there. I believe that is state police.
Obviously, and again, you have these situations where law enforcement is going to hold their ground, as Joy was mentioning, and when they
somebody said the reason. It was him, right? Yeah. Nick Sorter said the reason Illinois State Police in Chicago are finally putting the foot down, because they've allowed this to happen for nearly a year now, is because Trump is going to deploy the National Guard. So if they will not protect their federal buildings, the National Guard's going to come in and actually punish these people. So now they're just kind of giving them the, not lip service, but they're feigning actual law enforcement now.
Across the line, this is the response.
What they do there is when they've identified someone who's gone across the line, the proverbial line of doing something harmful, and they need to arrest them,
yes,
they bring the line in front of them, they surround them, they actually protect that person too. That's why they're doing that. They're making sure that person doesn't get trampled. They've got to get them on the ground to subdue them for their own safety, and in doing so, they push the line forward. So that's how it becomes this trickle effect. One person does that, they push the line forward, several other people do, and next thing you know, you've lost control.
Yeah, and look,
they've lost control for years now because this is what they want.
Now going onto people's lawns, private property across from this ICE facility. But this is an incredibly dangerous situation for these state troopers, I believe they are, on the ground there, who are trying to help subdue this crowd, again, especially as the sun goes down, as you were mentioning earlier, Joey. You know, these people didn't go through security to get onto the street. They have no idea what they may have. And as
exactly, you don't know who these people are. Oh, he has a fun little frog mask on. You don't know if he literally has an AR underneath the frog costume. You already know they're willing to try to end the lives of ICE agents and inadvertently end the lives of immigrants. So wouldn't you want to protect them from these crazies that are mentally unwell that may be sending live ammunition into them. It's scary.
With previous riots, when the sun goes down, other people show up, and they show up with bricks and shields and masks and their own style of weapons that these police and federal officials have to go after. So they're clearly trying to push these people across away.
You're saying, can an AR fit in a costume? You would be surprised on how small they can get. And it's kind of scary to think about. So you have, what is this, Maria Cardona, I don't know who this person is, but CNN showing, oh my God, Chicago, Portland fight for Trump's deployment in court. Like, look at this.
Maria, can you talk about what the response should be? Earlier this week, I was talking to a congresswoman, and I said, look, should people actually be hanging around ICE? Is this only they're being baited into interactions that can justify action?
Baited? Nobody needs to be baited in anything. All they have to do is go home. All they have to do is go home, possibly run for office, maybe do something to provide services for illegal immigrants to help them expedite their pathway to legal citizenship. They could be doing all sorts of things to serve these people better than getting a frog costume on and going outside and kicking tear gas back at the ICE agents, assaulting them, or literally sending rounds into the facility over in Illinois. They can be doing an awful lot to protect these people, but no. They're not being baited in anything. They're just idiots.
Look, let's remember that protesting peacefully is a right that we all have as Americans.
Yeah, they keep, just because CNN calls it fiery but mostly peaceful does not make it peaceful, and yet they forget that we've pretty much breaking free from their brainwashing.
American citizens, Audie, and one of the things that we cannot lose sight of here is the egregious violations of civil rights.
Oh, the egregious. We can't riot and protest and block law enforcement, follow them around in Chicago and try to dox them, giving them the finger. None of this is peaceful. That was been gone, but they have to keep on telling you this thing to try to brainwash you and saying, don't trust your eyes and ears. Plenty of footage, plenty of arrests, plenty of examples you've probably seen for your own in your own life of this not being peaceful. But guys, we're telling you, it is.
That ICE is involved in every single day in so many communities. They are not there to keep the peace. They are there, I believe, to incite these protests that...
If we just... They're literally saying they are there to incite it. There's literally graffiti that says, end ICE. And then I think that's the anarchy logo right there. They're not the guys that spray painted, we are going to end your life. It is the law enforcement to say, hey, maybe we don't want this in our community. Maybe the country, America as a whole, said we want to stop these open borders. We want to have some sort of semblance of border law now. So let's enforce this law. And they say, well, you know what? When you stop us from being able to end them from doing with the will of the majority of the American people, that's you inciting violence.
Donald Trump is now using as an excuse to bring in the federal troops. ICE is violating American citizens' rights. They are detaining American citizens for days on end.
Yeah, maybe don't commit a fucking crime. Like, what? They're arresting us for committing crimes, and we're going to jail for days on end. How dare they not let us destroy our community?
So the focus of ICE is not to deport violent criminal.
Yeah, it is. You keep on lying about it. They said, if we were allowed to go in the courthouses and detain them in your sanctuary cities, once they lose their asylum claim or once they lose their court case, we deport them. But now that you have these sanctuary cities that say we are not going to allow ICE to come in there and get people that are wanted for horrendous crimes. We got to get them in the street. So if we have to track them down over on the work site, we are going to cause collateral damage. We're going to arrest and detain people that they're with. So if we're only looking for Johnny and he happens to be there with James, Jimmy, and I don't know, Sean, we're going to arrest all of them if they're undocumented. They're like, they're going after regular people. It's like, no, they're only going after violent criminals or people they're looking for. If they catch other people, that's your fault. That's your policies.
Documented immigrants. In fact, the vast majority of immigrants that they have detained have absolutely no criminal record. And
except for coming into the country illegally, but also that's a lie.
On top
Maria,
of
can I
that,
just can
they
I
are
follow up
detaining
with one other
American
thing?
citizens as well. Yes.
But is it a good strategy to antagonize ICE, right? Follow ICE, take a lot of videos.
Sure, yeah.
There is an argument that
Maybe
the
don't do that.
administration is making that this is itself the threat.
As long as they are not, these protesters or the people who are
Protesters.
videotaping the ICE agents are not physically attacking the ICE agents,
Which they do.
absolutely it's within their right.
They're using this footage from when the California National Guard came in. They were literally throwing Molotovs on the cop cars and breaking their windows. They were breaking down the center dividers that have rocks and stones in them to throw them at the cops. They were using leaf blowers to send tear gas at them. They were destroying Waymos. Like, they're literally using footage from a riot that occurred for over several days, and they're trying to say, but as long as they stay peaceful. Yeah, we're showing you a video of how it became peaceful because the National Guard came out there and stopped them. But let's forget why the National Guard was there in the first place. Because did the National Guard get deployed to Houston, Texas? Is it over there in Tampa Bay, Florida? Or is it in their deep blue Los Angeles that is allowing rioting for days on end, where they looted a sushi restaurant run by immigrants, but they don't care about that. They really don't care about it. They only care about criminals, illegals. It's crazy.
It's the only way that Americans are aware of these massive violations of civil rights that ICE agents are involved in. The
Is if we give you brainwashing and make up shit.
images, these videos are the ones that are telling us, look at what they're doing. They're slamming women, children.
I knew it. I knew what I was going to say. They're going to say women and children. They're going to say women and children. Oh my God. Yep. Predictable.
You know, on the floor, separating families.
Separate. Oh my. It's like she has like a cheat sheet of saying women and children, average working Americans, taxpayers. Oh, they're zip tying them. Like, it's just this whole thing of saying, oh, they're separating families. It's like, yeah, if you commit a crime, you get separated. Ignore that, though.
They attacked a priest, for God's sake, a reverend. They attacked him.
Or the guy that was standing in, the reverend, the one that locked arms and tried to stop the agents from leaving the ICE facility. So you mean to say because he's a reverend, he's allowed to commit any federal crime he wants? Good to know, CNN, because that's going to come back to bite you.
Shooting pellets at him. I mean, these things are egregious, Audie, and we cannot lose sight of that. Again, the protests and these videotapings have.
You can peacefully protest on the other side of the street, not blocking federal law enforcement. You can have your voices peacefully heard, but you sending literal rounds. This is the Broadview, Illinois one. Isn't this the one where the guy literally sent rounds into the facility, killing 2 immigrants? Ignore that, though.
To be peaceful, but that is absolutely within the right of American citizens to do that, to show the world these massive violations of civil rights by ICE.
All right, you guys.
It's our civil right to commit crimes. I like how the DHS came back and said, what you said is one of the most insanely idiotic things Americans have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent statement were you even close to anything that can be considered a rational thought. Everyone is now, this is the thing from Happy Gilmore, I think. But they say, far from engaging in criminal behavior, federal law enforcement actions have significantly reduced crime in the cities we have been deployed to. Locking up criminals works. Imagine that. Oh, is it Texas? My bad. I thought it was Illinois. Yeah, locking up criminals works. Why won't they do it? Why are they so afraid of actually enforcing the law? I will never know.